The Bitcoin price is exploding to the upside, and the question now becomes, may this potentially be the most bullish sign we've seen in nearly 9 calendar months? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. Grandma's cookies and a bottle of yo-ho-ho. Bitcoin right now is ripping through several key resistance levels. The bulls are certainly showing their power and strength here at this point in time. Let's get this crypto. There is also some bearish sentiment to take into consideration. So we are going to look at this all here, as well as Bitcoin is now in a very critical area. And of course, I want to compare this zone right here to what we saw just about 9 months ago before our parabolic rip towards 14,000. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up, all right? So we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame. So let's begin with the micro. Clearly, Bitcoin has now created a new local high, inherently bullish on a micro level. Bitcoin has now also broken out of what appears to now be a bull flag formation on the one-day time frame, and if we look, essentially it was on the 4-hour as well. Not so clean. The flagpole compared to the flag size, it was a little not perfect in my opinion, but in trading nothing is ever perfect. To me, what we're seeing here clearly, if we actually use our line chart as well, is a nice flush breakout of a local resistance top here. To now we are seeing a flagpole up. Let's get this crypto. Back to the candlestick chart. Broke to a new high, broke out of a potentially bullish structure. And now, my friends, what's very important to me here is this downward sloping resistance line of which Bitcoin has been respecting for nearly 7 months. This bearish downward trending channel has defined Bitcoin for over half a year at this point, ever since our blow off top around 14,000. And now here on my chart, on the candlestick chart, we are seeing that Bitcoin has potentially broken this structure right here, right now. Of course, the daily candle has not closed yet, so there is still potential that it could close below. But right now, as of the time of recording, it is looking quite healthy to me that this could be the area in the trend where Bitcoin starts to consolidate and maybe starts to change the structure of the trend, right? For about 7 months now, we've been in a downward trending channel. It could be possible here, my friends, that this could be the beginning of what could turn into an upward sloping channel, right? Let's get this crypto. Now, what we have to understand here as well, my friends, is that although this price action here does look inherently bullish, there could be something else to consider in terms of a bearish outlook. But I want to put that on the back burner for just a moment, because there's also something on the weekly time frame that looks very, very promising. And to me, that is the 21-week moving average. That is this orange moving average line we see here. Now, going all the way back in Bitcoin's history, starting on this chart here in roughly 2012, the 21-week moving average has been such a pinpoint accurate indicator for seeing the macro trend of Bitcoin. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, but we can see here, historically, when full candle bodies have been trading above the 21-week moving average, we've been in a very, very bullish market environment. When trading below, we've seen that the market has gone very bearish. and it even essentially called the bottom here of the 2015 bear market around $250 USD, and we traded above with full candle bodies all the way to the blow off top at 20,000. Okay, and then soon as we saw this go below, close full candle bodies below, minus this little itty bitty fake out here, from that point forward, it was a complete respect of this trend line here. One more little fake out here, but notice not full candle bodies, right? These were just half candle bodies up here as well, right? Half candle bodies, half candle bodies. I'm talking about full candle bodies closing above the 21 week, right? And or closing below the 21 week, right? Such as this here, right? That's when we've seen these flips occur. And right now, my friends, Bitcoin, for the first time, is looking to potentially start that momentum again back above the 21-week moving average. It appears that this week's candle, might be the first candle to close full bodies back above this region. And then potentially by next week, we could see an entire candle body just begin the week and close above this 21-week moving average, which right now at the time of recording, the moving average is at 8,448, but that is always changing, right? It's always changing. So right now there could be a serious indicator here that, at least for me, that my bias will have to start to go bullish once again from a macro perspective, whereas trading all below here, I've, in my opinion, based on my analysis, I've had to trade this with a bearish bias, right? There's no way for me personally that with the historic price action that I've seen on Bitcoin, respecting this downward sell pressure after closing full candle bodies below the 21 week, there's no way that I could have been trading this with a bullish bias underneath this region, right? So now, if we do close above here, I see sentiment that the bulls could potentially be regaining control of this market, right? And it's possible that we could begin an upward sloping channel at some point over the next several weeks. Let's get this crypto. Okay, so we haven't seen that, my friends, in about 9 months, right? We started it right here and boom. Once we had this absolutely bullish engulfing weekly candle, full candle body close above the 21 week, it kicked off the parabolic run to 14,000. Okay, and now we are potentially beginning to create what could potentially be another scenario like this over here right now. Let's get this crypto. Keep in mind, this also coincides with us never breaking below that critical level, my friends, the fractal of Don Carbonaccio. You guys know that I've been showing that when Bitcoin has dropped below the weekly RSI region of about a 38, while also trading below the 21-week moving average, it has historically led to absolutely catastrophic declines in the price action, right? And we've seen this, massive drops. And we had all the parameters met here, right? And it's still possible that it could happen, right? But we had a blow off top. We were trading full candle bodies below the 21 week. And then this was the line in the sand here, my friends. It never got into that zone, right? So, all the trolls, oh, Kirby, but you were saying it could go 75% down. You. Of course I said that, little James, because I was looking at the fractal. The fractal never played out, right? It never happened, right? You guys know I was waiting for that. It never happened. It still could, but it never occurred. So, I'm sure the trolls, you, Kirby, you said, I said that I was monitoring a fractal, Stunod, and the fractal never came to fruition. So, right now, the parameters are beginning to change, which could throw the fractal of Don Carbonaccio out the window. My bias right now is certainly open to shifting, right? As a trader, as an analyst, as somebody observing market trends and cycles, you have to be willing to adjust on the fly, right? My analysis with this candle closing above the 21-week moving average, potentially, based upon the past, price movements, I would be foolish to not change my bias from bearish to bullish at that point. In my opinion, I would be personally foolish because it would be going against what I see and have noticed from the historic patterns and cyclical occurrences inside this market. Let's get this crypto. So it's very possible here that over the next several weeks, Don Carbonaccio's bias will be changing from bearish to bullish once again, and it could be time for the Moon Boys to have their moment in the sun. Let's get this crypto, okay? But now, as I've stated, it's possible that that's what's going to be occurring for me. But now I want to discuss the potentials of a bear trap, the potential of a bull trap. Could this all just be a fake out here? What is the sentiment for this? The altcoins as well. We're going to look at the altcoins because, ho, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Poopcoin Patrick, Henry the Hodler, and the Hodl Train homies, they've all been jumping around, ladies and gentlemen, hooting and hollering. Here it is, Carbonaccio. We're going to the moon. They've been dancing on the tabletops. Oh, Kirby, my $100 worth of poop corns, they're going to the moon. All right, little James, settle down, my sick, twisted, degenerate little friend. We're going to take a look at your poop coin charts, and we're going to see what could be, essentially brewing in that vicinity there as well. Let's get this crypto. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Sheesh. So let's actually begin now. We'll start here on Bitcoin. What I want you guys to notice here is that we are coming up upon the underbellies of this old floor here, right? This was the floor that actually wound up being a bearish descending triangle, right? Which then started off this really bearish run ever since our blow off top at 14,000. And what I want you to notice here is if we just extend this box, right? Look at wrong box. Let's get this one. Look at where we're coming up upon right now, my friends. Look at this. We are essentially right at this box, right? Which could prove to be a very staunch resistance. It is also the underbellies of this flag here after a 40% pump in one day. Okay, so we do have a ton of historic potential resistance confluence at this level as old support loves to tentatively flip into new resistance. Let's get this crypto. And for me, that really begins right up around the $9,000 region, 9,100-ish. Okay. Also, keep in mind here as well that if we flip on our other moving averages, right now, we could see that the 200-day moving average, which in the traditional markets is a very well-respected indicator in terms of looking at the health of a macro trend. We are nearly coming up on this region right now, and it does happen to coincide with this resistance level here at around 9,100. Let's get this crypto. It's also tilting downwards right now. We're going to have to see. Keep in mind as well, also more bearish sentiment here on the RSI 1 day. Currently, we are seeing that we are in overbought territory again at the time of recording, right? You see this. And Bitcoin has had a tendency to go from overbought to oversold. It has, right? Especially more so on the 4-hour time frame where we are severely overbought yet again right now. And we can see historically that if we take a quick look, right, it's gone from overbought to oversold several times. Just in this immediate trend alone, right? Let's get this crypto. Okay, so some bearish things to take into consideration there. Also, this trend line that I've been showing you, right? The downward sloping trend line. This is just, objective, right? On my end, it's just where I've drawn it, right? So us actually Bitcoin breaking out of this region here, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end-all be-all, because if you draw this line differently, it can, have a different result. And an example of this, let me just show you here. I just want to show this like on the line chart, right? You could see that the line chart would produce very, very different lines, right? You see what I'm saying, right? Where this could be more so out up in this region, which would also have a bearish confluence there with everything else. It really depends on where you've drawn this, right? If you do it on the weekly time frame, it'll have different results. It's very subjective, right, to where you've personally drawn it. So just keep that in mind as well. There's just a lot of bearish confluence right up in here. So there may be one more slam down by the bears here, but maybe it becomes a new bullish floor, right? Maybe we get a new bullish floor here. The indicators cool off, and then it could be off to the races, right? Close that candle body above the 21-week moving average. Let all the overbought indicators cool off. Maybe we get through that 200-day moving average that I just outlined, right? Maybe we close above there, maybe begin to get that to curl upwards again, and the bulls could be off to the races. But I still do see sentiment for this to be a bull trap, right? Let's get this crypto. And I haven't already mentioned, but if you do want to see how I'm personally trading all of this, right? If you want to see all of my trade setup ideas in real time to the absolute second as I make my entries, make my exits, plot my plans, strategize for all of these potential moves here, my friends, I keep you updated with all of that exclusively in VIP. The market is heating up right now. Personally, Don Carbonaccio is very, very excited for the potential volatility entering this market right now. And I'm going to be keeping you personally updated with all of my trade setup ideas in VIP. If you're not already in my VIP, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. Now, let's move over to the altcoins. Okay, first we'll do the total cap. This includes Bitcoin. Now, if you are subscribed here, and if you're not already, you should subscribe and tick the little bell. I do these streams nearly each and every day for you all. Very in-depth analysis. I look at this as a realist, not a moon boy, not a degenerate. I look at this as a realist. Okay, so if you're not subscribed already, subscribe, tick the little bell, smash those thumbs ups, and let's get this crypto. But this here, you guys would know, I've been pointing out that these purple zones here have been areas where Bitcoin has formed support, then lost the support, and it was back tested as a new resistance, right? We saw it up here before a failure and a loss of the floor. Then again right here before a failure and loss of the floor. Right now, we are testing this region right here, right now. Look at it. We are right at the boiling point. This could also be the point in the trend where this pattern actually changes, right? Because usually, if the trend is going to change, it's going to have to change at some point, right? Keep in mind, this still could be a rejection point, right? We have not cleared it yet, in my opinion. What would be very nice is to see this go up here and start to consolidate in this box, right? Before tentatively moving higher. If we start to consolidate sideways in this box, my friends, it would look like very much the same type of action we've seen over and over again, all in here, right? It would look very, very similar. So right now, I don't think that this total cap chart is out of the woods yet, okay? Also keep in mind, we are overbought on the daily RSI here. This is the whole market, right? And we are also fast approaching this tentative resistance level. Rather, we are essentially at it right now. You could play around with this, right? You could move it up just essentially to there if you wanted. Coincides with several touch points here, right, along this whole area. Again, it's very subjective, but this is a potential area where if there is a bull trap to be had here, this could be the one, right? This could be it. Although things could also, this does look like there could be potential to start closing above here, right? We're just too close. We're right at the line in the sand for me to, really have an opinion on this right now. Until proven otherwise, this to me still looks like it could be the point of rejection. If we start to go to the top of this box and consolidate, then my, outlooks will begin to change a little bit. Let's get this crypto. Now let's look at just the altcoin market cap. This excludes Bitcoin, okay? What we've seen here now is that we are flush in the point of maximum potential resistance here, in my opinion, right? If this is going to see a rejection, my friends, look, we have two trend lines drawn here, right? Let me actually touch this down. There we go. We have two trend lines drawn here, right? And for me, these are essentially the same lines, just one is drawn from the top of the bubble and one is drawn from this second highest peak of the bubble. And they both coincide here with this most recent pump, okay? This could all be one gigantic descending bearish triangle, right? It's very possible. And we are essentially in this zone of old support and resistance flips, which could act as resistance in and of itself. Look, we're right in the middle of it. We're also very close to this downward sloping trend line of this trend line, right, from the second pop. And if we are to go a little bit further, say we trade sideways or you know, see some type of stagnation in here, we could be fast approaching this trend line from the top of the bubble as well to potentially continue this downward sloping descending triangle. Also, though, on the flip side, bullishly, we are potentially creating a series of higher lows, which could, my friends, begin to change this market, right? It's possible that this could wind up being somewhat of an upward sloping channel, just like I was showing you potentially on Bitcoin, that we begin to trade out of this like this, right? But you have to understand, we would be asking for this market to go incredibly bullish once again. At the end of the day, is the world, are retail traders ready to get bullish on crypto again into a full-blown mania phase? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know, Bitcoin in and of itself, possibly. The altcoins, we're going to have to wait and see. You know, here today, we are seeing that the Bitcoin dominance metric is falling off of a cliff, inherently bullish for the altcoins, right? We're going to have to monitor this. It's too early for me here, right, with this. I'm just showing you that just like Bitcoin, it's very possible that the altcoins now are also beginning to form a potential bottoming formation, right? But we are overbought on the 1 day. You know, like I stated, there may be one more push down by the bears, a significant one, right? But then it's possible that we still could be creating a bullish structure moving forward. This is one of the most critical times in the history of Bitcoin here, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, as and for altcoins too, for that matter, where we are potentially going to be entering a long multi-year bear market here. I mean, with a significant bull trap, and then we just continue down like this, or we are going to begin to see that this is indeed the bottom. This old 6,000 support region holds as support again and acts as the launching pad before the next moonshot to potentially new highs above 14,000. Let's get this crypto. Right now, I hope that none of this has you overwhelmed. If it does, it shouldn't. Right now, you should be excited. I know that I'm personally getting very excited to be potentially crushing these next moves here. I'm looking for trade setups each and every moment. I'm looking for the highest potential reward plays with the highest reward with the lowest risk possible. That is what I'm looking for. And I think that the volatility is going to be back in this market. You know, watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Share this video with those that need to see what the 21-week moving average has historically led to. It's been absolutely blasphemous. It's been one of the greatest indicators that we've seen, and it was 9 months ago that it flipped and it led to our 14K top. Right now, we are seeing a potential flip, right? Next week will be better. Next week we'll understand more about this indicator here, right? And what we're looking at. Next week will be crucial. But right now, this could be the tide beginning to change here. So I know that I'm personally getting ready to trade this very aggressively. If you're not already in my VIP, well, you should consider joining VIP right now after this video, because I am going to be looking to trade this absolutely aggressively here, and I'm going to keep you up to date in real time to the absolute second that I make my trades, set up my trades, set up my strategies, all of it. I'm going to be posting it all for you exclusively in real time in VIP. So if you're not already in VIP, my friends, well, today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And if you could one last time, my friends, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. My friends, I will see you all in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. I'm hyped up right now. I see that this could be, you know, a very critical moment in the macro trend. Very exciting, and I'm looking to trade it aggressively. So I'll see you all in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto, and until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.